I started making a healthy six figures by the time I was 21 years old. So in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about all the productivity systems that I built internally to be able to make myself more productive and scale this business up to a healthy six figures. Now, before I get into that, let me talk about why entrepreneurs actually fail. After working with 180 plus B2B companies, I can very confidently tell you that a lot of failures happen because of panic. And the panic doesn't necessarily always have to come from the founder, it can come from anybody in the C-suite. Without fail, panic always equals bad decisions. Sometimes panic disguises itself as you moving quickly and fixing something really quickly. I'll give you an example. You're testing out a lead generation campaign and it's just started, but it's not really going the way that you want it to go. Instead of going through your lead generation campaign and seeing at what point did things start getting lost, you start building another lead generation campaign because that one's done, that one doesn't work anymore. That is a panic decision. Another example of a panic decision is over-testing something. You are so worried that something isn't going to work and you're so stressed that you even made the decision to take a risk like this, and so then you start testing a bunch of things. And that can be you testing 4 different ideas on one budget. Usually what happens with over-testing is that you get pretty much nothing at all because you didn't put enough volume into one thing. You didn't put enough resources into the one product that you're trying to test. So panic usually results in building something in the wrong direction at a rapid rate and burning yourself out. So it's really important that you keep a good eye on yourself because sometimes you don't even know that you're panicking. And I'm also speaking from experience because I've panicked before too. I'm not perfect. And in my experience working with so many other companies, I've seen a lot of leaders make a series of bad panic decisions that lead them really, really close to bankruptcy. And I don't use this word lightly because bankruptcy is huge. It's crazy. And there's so many invisible signs of it, but it never comes out of nowhere. It's always a bad series of decisions. The big difference that I see between me and other entrepreneurs that have a business that are around the same size as mine is that a bad week for me is just what it is. It's a bad week. But for some other entrepreneurs, it's a half-baked MCP Claude to Notion automation that doesn't work really well and is not very scalable. 5 a.m. showers, 6 a.m. morning meditation, 8 coffees a day, grind, grind, grind. What does that sound like, guys? Panic! And if you started your business around the time I started my business, Totally Branded, then you may have been scrolling on social media because it was COVID. And you may have also been influenced by a lot of creators that were talking about, get up, it's 6 a.m., wake up, dunk your head in water, eat ground beef, do it again. And I did that for a while. In fact, I wasted the first year of Totally Branded of my life as well, trying to optimize myself. I wanted to be the ultimate productivity machine, so why not learn from other people who seem very productive on the internet? Some of it was good. Some of it was really good. I love meditating. I'm Buddhist. I love praying. But a lot of it was a waste. Also, yes, I go to the gym. But yeah, a lot of it was a waste. And to be honest, it was getting a little bit demoralizing to see people being super productive and showing their entrepreneur morning routines and me not being an entrepreneur, me not feeling like I was an entrepreneur yet. And I could feel myself kind of slipping off and being kind of really sad. Yeah. Oh, baby Brandie. And then one day I caught myself because I was talking to one of my other friends that was an entrepreneur as well, that was more successful than me at that point because at least he was making money. And I noticed that he could not stop comparing himself to these influencers online. And I couldn't either. And so I stopped myself. I was like, okay, this is clearly not working for me. I need to figure out what works for me to enable me to be able to have the focus, the drive, the passion to be able to scale a business of my own. So that way I could live the life that I truly wanted to live, which was not going into a corporate office. And also being able to give back to whoever I could give back to. To be able to afford a home in my city, Vancouver, the 3rd most expensive city for real estate in the entire world. And to, of course, make my parents proud. I'm Asian. Every Asian kid wants that. Without being an engineer, doctor, dentist, or lawyer. You have to find your own way to be productive, and it has to work for you. I'm about to tell you what I do, but again, this may not work for you, but you can definitely try it. For me, I started hitting a healthy 6 figures by the time I was 21 with a notepad and Grey's Anatomy. It sounds kind of stupid because nowadays we have all these project management tools, and my team uses a project management tool and I also use a project management tool, but nothing works better for me than pen and paper. Even the smallest thing that I know I need to do, I will write it down and I will create tick boxes. Now, a lot of people have trouble having a to-do list on their notebook because they get really unsatisfied and unmotivated when they can't check off every single thing every day on their notepad. For me, it's just simply not like that. For me, because I'm constantly adding more and more tasks to my to-do list, they get longer and longer and longer. And what do I do when the entire page is filled up? I turn the page over and I start a new list. Crazy, right? Also, something that I see a lot of people with to-do lists do that I highly discourage is writing down basic stuff that you're going to do anyways onto your to-do list so you have the gratification of ticking it off. Like, you cannot write brush your teeth on your to-do list. You're going to do it anyway, and if you don't, you're nasty. Brush your teeth. It's got to be stuff that you know you're going to forget or stuff that you need to do to move the needle for your business. Now, how does Grey's Anatomy help me stay productive? Like most Gen Zers, I get super distracted. If I'm locked in too long on work, I want to get on my phone and I want to doom scroll. And at first, I let myself. I would do 10 minutes of focused work, and then I would go scroll on my phone. But what would happen is I wouldn't get off my phone, and then an hour would pass, and another hour would pass, and another hour would pass. And then I've effectively wasted 2 hours and only done 10 minutes of actual work. So instead, I have a second monitor, or you can use a TV, or you can use your phone if you want, and I play Grey's Anatomy, because there are so many seasons of Grey's Anatomy, and I've also seen it already, and so it's a background show for me. You can play it on your phone, you can play it on a second screen if you have that, you can play it on the TV if you have that as well. And anytime my brain needs a break, I just look over at the other screen and I watch for a minute and then I just go back to work because I already know it's still there. I'm still like paying attention to it, but now I'm also locked in on work. And a lot of the times I end up zoning in on work and then I have to go back and rewind because I'm like, I don't know what just happened. And that works for me. And that may not work for you. You could be completely distracted. You could just completely forget about work. So if it doesn't work for you, please find something else. It's very important to test. So if you're gonna take anything away from this video, it's 3 things. Number 1, don't make panic decisions. You will fail. Number 2, don't compare yourself to other people. Find what works for you. Number 3, I built my business using the productivity system of a notebook and Grey's Anatomy. I also want to recognize that some of you watching this video may be thinking, oh, she comes from a place of privilege. That's why she can say a bad week is just another bad week. I don't know you and you don't know me, but yes, I am privileged. Privileged in the way that, yes, I have a roof over my head, and yes, I had a parents that bought me my first phone, and yes, I was born and raised in Canada, and yes, I'm a woman who went to school and had a free elementary and high school education. But even people with the same privilege as me or more have not been able to crack what makes them the most productive. And some of them might not even consider themselves successful. I don't even know if I consider myself successful yet, but that's just my own bad self-talk. But me making a healthy 6 figures by the time I was 21 years old, that was really hard work. And now that you've finished this video, it's time to stop watching other motivational videos, even though you just watched this one, and get out there and build something and figure out what makes you the most productive. Good luck. See you at the top. Peace.